John Neal Jr., your professor. Welcome to another lesson of Time to Get It Monday. How are you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my student listeners? I hope that you're doing fine. Today we have an interesting topic. It is encouraging others. What do I mean by encouraging others? Well, I'm going to get right into it. People in life, they always have something going on in their life. It may be positive, it may be negative, but most of the time it is something challenging, right? Here's where it's at. People have health issues. People have financial issues, people have family issues, and people have issues from within. And when people have to deal with these sort of issues, life is always hard enough just them having to deal with it on their own. Follow me? Well, follow me. When we see people and we see them in passing, sometimes we don't even say nothing to them. We just ignore them. And we see people, they're kind of down, they got their head down, they might be moping, and you don't even say nothing, or I don't say anything. Why do you think we do that? Because most of the time as a society, we think it's not our business. Well, let me explain something to you. As a humanitarian and as a human being, it is always our business. It is always our business to encourage someone else. Well, let me give you a scenario. I was speaking at this event, and I recently had this young man who walked up to me, and we kind of hit it off. We were talking about life, talking about education, talking about goals, and he's a football player. And he was like, well, you know, I'm having this football game, and our team is not doing very well. I said, well, how are you guys doing? Well, in fact, they had lost most of their games. And I said, wow, and I started to fact find. I tried to get an understanding of why they were losing their games. And he told me, well, they're a little undersized. They didn't have that many people on their team. People had got hurt. He had suffered from an injury. And these kids, they had lost their confidence. So I was like, okay. And being that I did not have to listen to this young man, but I took the time out to hear his story because I felt that there was going to be a teachable moment for both of us. Finally, he said, hey, do you think you can come to our game? I said, well, when is your game? And I realized that the game was on my day off. So I was like, you know what? Why not? So I went to his game and he asked me to speak in front of his peers. And I said, okay, see if your coach will be okay with that. Coach was okay with it. The other players was okay with it. So we came out there and I spoke to him. And here's the thing, although they didn't have a favorable record, although they hadn't appeared to be very successful, I said, why don't I encourage them? Well, I encouraged them. I gave them a motivational session and I thought they were going to do extremely well. Well, they did do well because I saw no matter how many points the other team scored, this team did not give up. You see, when you're a real Spartan, a Spartan never give up because Spartans are warriors. And that being said, I loved it when those kids went out there and they fought and they had that brotherhood. They shook hands, they gave each other high fives, but at the end of the day, they weren't victorious on the field, but they were victorious in life. And see, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my student listeners, we always have to encourage others. You see, sometimes we encourage them in a moment of adversity and they're going through something, and we may think that it's not helping them, but in life they can draw upon that situation in that moment to help them become a better person. You see, this is all about becoming a better version of ourselves. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my student listeners, if you listen to this information and you encourage people, even when you don't think that you're helping, I promise you at some point in time, that information will be of vital use. You know why? I believe in you. Please come back for more lessons. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and please leave a comment. And most of all, please, if you have not yet signed up for the University of Inspire, make sure you do so. It will help you in leadership, education, and also in communicating better with people. I appreciate you all tuning into this lesson. John Neal Jr., your professor.